Hi guys, I'm Dreamon the Belgian Waffle, and today I'm gonna do another video of where did it go wrong, and it's going to involve the Elder Scrolls Online. To be honest, I've only played the beta of this game and it did look quite promising on some parts of the game, like for example the unique combat mechanics of the Elder Scrolls series like we know and love so much, but unfortunately that's where it stayed with for me. You could immediately notice that what was wrong with the game was lack of enough quests, lack of transportation on these huge maps, and lack of endgame content. Basically just an overall lack of content. One thing that bothered me the most about this was that ZeniMax Online Studios asks a monthly fee for this, and this is what this video will also revolve around. Are monthly fees justified these days? Well, I can make this long or short. The short version is, in case of the Elder Scrolls Online, definitely not. The long version is that this game wants to make a huge monthly profit for something that can barely be called a complete MMO. Now why do they do this, you may ask? Basically because World of Warcraft did it too in the past, and they want that success, or better said, that shitload of money that Blizzard earned on it. Now since the Elder Scrolls Online is not the first one to try this, because even Star Wars The Old Republic tried it recently, let us compare the Elder Scrolls Online with World of Warcraft, shall we? Okay, so let me explain why back in 2004 World of Warcraft could ask a monthly fee and why this has become a tool of the past for games like the Elder Scrolls Online. Now back in 2004 WoW was perhaps the only MMO on the market with such a complete package of content. And okay, sure, there were lots of other MMOs back then, but like I said before, WoW brought it in the most complete package. Let us also not forget that back then there was a demand for MMOs. Unlike now, there's MMOs springing out of the ground like mushrooms. Every year we got at least 3 MMOs coming our way. So that is basically the two main reasons why WoW could do this back then. Simply because it was unique and had very little competition out there. Now why TES Online cannot do this today anymore is the same reason as why they cannot compare themselves with WoW. WoW has been around for a decade now, and Blizzard has had years to fine-tune their game, or occasionally screw it up too, and release tons of expansions. So whatever way you look at it, WoW will always have more content than any new MMO that's gonna be on the market. However, this doesn't mean that you cannot ask a monthly fee based on that reason alone. But the main reason why TES Online cannot do this is because they currently have even less content than the vanilla version of WoW back in 2004. TES Online lacks a travel system, crafting complexity and raiding system that WoW had from the start, and that's why they cannot ask a monthly fee. And now you can argue with me that TES Online has the possibility for mounts, but even these things are for the extreme rich in-game or those that have pre-ordered the collector's edition, which is by the way also the only way to gain access to the Imperial race. Like what the fuck, man. To be honest, even Guild Wars 2 had more content at the start than TES Online, but even that game could not have asked a monthly fee because the endgame content could be completed so fast, and constantly leveling alternate characters becomes boring really fast as well. So basically, if you do not have the content, then do not ask a monthly subscription fee for it. Especially if there's endgame content missing, like raiding, a complex PvP system, dungeons, fast travel and much more. Actually, do you know which game you can compare TES Online the best to? Age of Conan in my opinion, because it exactly has the same amount of endgame content as TES Online, which was only a basic clan versus clan or world versus world PvP system. There was no PvE endgame content in Age of Conan whatsoever, and the PvP didn't really have any arena or capture the flag mode either. So you were just basically all day long staring at the skies, wondering why you were still paying cash every month for this game. People were so bored so fast with Age of Conan that nearly half of the players dropped out of the game after the first month after release, including myself. It is just insane to ask a monthly subscription fee these days in my opinion. I have yet to see a game that does this and can at the same time compare itself in terms of content with WoW during the Burning Crusade expansion or even vanilla WoW. However, ZeniMax Studio does seem to realize that you cannot actually charge for a game like this full price. So what they did was make this game free to play for the first 30 days so that you can actually make an opinion of the full game, and based on that opinion you can actually decide if you want to commit to this game on the long term. Now believe me when I say that this game will go free to play very quickly, just like Star Wars The Old Republic had to do 6 months after their release date. ZeniMax Online Studios is just hoping that people will pay the monthly subscription fee for TES Online because the combat is unique. Well, if I want this unique combat system, then I can easily go play any single player from the series because to be honest I don't really care about the whole MMO industry anymore. The only thing that I ever wanted for the test series was to have a multiplayer arena mode, nothing else. And trust me when I say that I'm definitely not the only reviewer that says that this game will go free to play very soon after release. The only question that remains is how they will deal with it once that happens. Because like Star Wars The Old Republic did, by locking people out of certain dungeons and areas if you do not pay a small fee is bullshit, to be honest. So let us hope their greed won't destroy this game, because after all it is a nice concept. Actually, I think this game could become a potential success if they would just change to a different marketing strategy. But I fear that his monthly subscription fee will cost him a lot of potential customers on release, with me being one of them, of course. But once this game goes free to play, I will most definitely not hesitate to try it, because I'm a fan of the series after all. But for the moment I think that only time can tell in which direction this game and monthly subscription fees will go, because if even the almighty World of Warcraft is doubting to make their game free to play, then I think this monthly payment system will soon become a relic of the past or just go extinct completely. My name is Dreamon, the Belgian Waffle. I've been your host for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed watching it, and I'll see you guys next time. By the way, if you guys are able, please share and favorite these videos if you're already a subscriber. It would help me out a lot.